It's not a normal one. It's Taskmaster World, and welcome to a brand new setup. How amazing is this? Yes, this might be a thumbnail shot, but how amazing is this new setup? So today, as we're going to do setup, today we're talking about something that's going to be happening. I don't know soon. I'll say soon. So let's talk about the international impact this would have before we talk about the British impact. So this is all about will Taskmaster Junior be successful? Now, that's only in the UK, but internationally it will cause ripples around the world in the Taskmaster world, because when we, in the UK, when the UK version decided to champion the champions, once international versions started to get to that point where they needed a Champions of Champions, then it's a format of Taskmaster that worked. So in Denmark recently they've had Losers of Losers, which was a mini-series of the losers that didn't win. So that worked. So the concept of bringing people back, that only works in the series, in the versions that don't have guests, because then they return quite regularly and sometimes then they become fiction to the series. But the one where they haven't got guests, then it works even better, because then you're like, oh, they haven't done that before. So things like this will send ripples around the world. Now the question to answer is, will Taskmaster Junior be a success? Well, let's start at the very beginning, because let's talk about a history of junior editions of programmes here in the UK, to tell you where we're at, in a sense of, this is to say, will this work? Will it be successful? You have to look at what has come before it, and whether or not that they've been a success, to work out whether or not this will be. So let's start at the BBC. So when the BBC had Bake Off and did, when CBBC was a little bit more like, what's the word for it? A little bit more, let's chuck this format onto here instead of, oh, let's just not do that anymore like they do now. And we had Junior MasterChef. Now Junior MasterChef is now developed into Young MasterChef, which is for a BBC Three audience, so it's like a older age bracket than what Junior MasterChef was. Junior MasterChef, the premise and the process that it goes through is, each week or each episode you would have a new selection of chefs, and they would go into a tournament system, and then whoever wins out those weeks would then be in the final. I don't know why junior versions decide to do that. I don't know whether or not it's because it's a fairer system for kids, but if the kids are doing that, why do we not do that system for the grown-ups? Because I know if Taskmaster is a different kettle of fish, but for like Bake Off and MasterChef, why not? Dunno. And then, because of the success of that, we had Junior Bake Off. Junior Bake Off originally had Paul and Mary Berry, but then a host and that have changed over the years and where we are now. So it was, for years, on the BBC, developed. When Channel 4 took over Bake Off, having the rights to Bake Off, they moved Junior Bake Off with it, and that time slot that Junior Bake Off normally has, which is like a 5:54, 4pm, 5pm time slot, is where Junior Taskmaster will have. So Junior Bake Off is slightly different, where each week, for the first like 2 weeks, it's the same lot of kids, and whoever wins out of that, then the next 3 weeks it's another set of kids. Whoever wins out of that, then it's like one more week of 3, and then until you get to the correct amount of number you want for the final, and it goes on for a while. Wow. So the success of Junior MasterChef was there, but wasn't enough of a success to keep it going now. But Junior Bake Off was a massive success, because even though the hosts over the years of Junior Bake Off have changed, the hosts and the judges, we've now got to a point where they've not changed who the hosts is, which is Harry Hill now, and they've not changed. Harry Hill would be fantastic Taskmaster. They've not changed who the judges are, so that system has been successful. Now, because we're at this 5-minute point, and we want to just say now we're at the point where we can now permanently discuss Junior Taskmaster, because now we know that the way that Bake Off was a success and the way that Junior MasterChef worked was because of this tournament tier system. Now, Taskmaster is slightly different. Taskmaster has 5 contestants each week doing tasks. Now, the tasks element could work. Probably will work, because Taskmaster, if it wasn't a show for celebrities, it wasn't there for comedians, then ordinary people probably would still work. Wouldn't be as funny if you think about it now that we've seen Taskmaster. Now we've seen what Taskmaster is, it wouldn't have been as funny, but if we didn't know that, if we didn't have this version of Taskmaster was just the public, then that would be really funny, really hilarious. But because we've seen what the comedian version is, then we're slightly off. But kids in itself, because these are brand new kids, these aren't kids of ex-Taskmaster alumni. These are brand new, fresh off the boat, right, general public, anyone, children. And what works about this, well, what will work about this is the tier tournament system, because if we have 3 weeks, what I want, and I don't know if we will, I think we need about 25 to 30 episodes, because if we have a new episode a day for that amount of time, then we have like 3 kids, we have 5 kids 3 weeks, another set of 5 another week, and then you get enough, so you have 5 contestants left for the final, and these are all the 5 winners. So I know that for kids, as a child's standpoint, Taskmaster works, and we know this because of the last year's New Year's treat with the wonderful actor and presenter, I'm going to say, well, they've presented children need Lenny Rush, who is 14, and because we've had Lenny Rush, who is the youngest contestant in Taskmaster history, we know that as a child, from a child's point of view, right, we know that Taskmaster works as well as it does for the grown-ups, because even though Lenny Rush is famous and that's a different kettle of fish, because he's a child, you look at it and go, so if he can do that, then Junior Taskmaster could possibly be a success, and you would sort of hope that that is the case. And you look at the way that Alex didn't change anything. And I know that in this version we haven't got an Alex, we haven't got a Greg, because we have Rose Matafeo and Mike Wozniak. I do think that, I don't know how well Rose will fare as sternness. I know that some people have been in the audience for the pilot, I think, for Junior Taskmaster, because anyone can be in the audience, obviously. And they say it was a runaway success, but Mike Wozniak would be fantastic as Alex, because why wouldn't you not? It's Mike Wozniak. If you've seen him on World's Most Dangerous Roads, 3 Bean Salad, if you've seen him on anything, heard him on 3 Bean Salad, if you've heard or seen him on anything, and you know that Mike Wozniak will be fantastic in this, as this. This will be perfect for our Lord and Saviour, Mr. Wozniak. It would be hilarious, regardless, because he's just funny, right? So he'll be a good Alex. For a good Greg, you have to be stern. Now, we've seen that Greg Davies can be stern towards children in a comic effect, so we know that. But how will Rose try and do... It's like, it'll be hard, because of the way that children are, and it's not anyone's fault or anything, it's just biologically that's how children are. They're a lot more sensitive than most people. So the issue you've got is, will Rose be able to say, no, you're disqualified, or you got 1 point, or will that not? I know that in Bake Off, because they're only saying you're going home or you've got Star Baker, and they're just judging the bakes, and it's all feedback of improvement. then there isn't really that upset apart from when they're leaving, because obviously everyone's upset when they're leaving, even on Grown Up Bake Off. So, but for Taskmaster, I'm a little bit concerned that the only thing that will downfall it is how stern can Rose actually be. I know that Rose is brilliant as a comedian and she's brilliant. She was brilliant on Taskmaster. I'm just not 100% sure whether or not it wouldn't have been her fault anyway, because anyone that had Greg's role, A, would be living up to Greg's shoes in a UK standpoint, and B, would be worried about the children, because we don't want to upset the children. You don't want to cause any incidents really, which will hinder. And I've not heard. Well, obviously I'm not in any inner circle, but no one's put online that when they went to watch Genie Taskmaster being filmed, no one's put online that it's been dreadful. Now, when will Genie Taskmaster air is the next question to consider before we round off to give our final verdict. Now, at the moment, Genie Bake Off isn't airing, so we've got a slot free, and I think they'll wait. So because we're not going to have Series 18 for a while, because we've got Series 17 currently, which aired last night, which with Steve Pemberton, might I add, is incredible. I want him to win. He won 2 weeks on the trot. He didn't win this week, but will he win the whole Taskmaster? I don't know. I want him to, because that would be absolutely hilarious. So I think that once Taskmaster Series 17 has ended, instead of announcing who the cast is for Series 18, they'll show the trailer for Junior Taskmaster, and that'll air not so long after, because I think that at the end of Junior Taskmaster they'll then air who is going to be on Series 18, and then that will happen. Or we could go left field and it could air at the same time as it could air over the summer. I think viewership wise, summer at this point anyway, summer would work. So if you wait until Taskmaster's ended, then you'll get more viewers wanting to check it, like watch it. I know that the viewing figures might dwindle at the time slot, because a lot of people are having the tea at that time and not a lot of people are at home. I know that Junior Bake Off wouldn't have had great linear, which is like normal, like terrestrial TV, like air TV slot. I don't think that would have had a good enough viewing figures, but I think that the on-demand, the recording, people recording the show, people watching it on channel4.com, which was 4OD, I think watching on there, Sky kept it going. So I think that's what will happen. I think Junior Taskmaster will be successful on TV, but I think that because of the time slot, a lot of people might record it, a lot of people might watch it afterwards, a lot of people might watch it other times, and I think that might be more successful. But will it go on the Taskmaster YouTube channel? Probably not, because I don't know the international people. I don't know if Taskmaster UK fans around the world will want to watch it. I do think that if the first series is as successful as we hope, I do think that the Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Portugal, Canada, but it's called the Quebec Canada, and I think those versions alone, I think, have a high chance of airing their own version, because I think that definitely Sweden, Denmark and Norway, which are the three most popular ones, because they've been going the longest out of all of them, I think that they will definitely, I think Sweden definitely should have a Junior Taskmaster, because I do think that because not just because Bam Larson and the Incredible and she would really want Junior Taskmaster, but I know that David Sundin does a lot of children's books, so I know that David's very much in that mindset of he knows how to engage children, so he could be a fantastic assistant in Junior Taskmaster Sweden. So be Bestie Test, Junior Bestie Test. And I know that kids do like Bestie Test because there's I can't find it now, but there's a program on SVT which is available for people to watch around the world on SVT Play. It's not geo-blocked, which means it's not restricted in the UK, where they have the most popular SVT shows, and they have a party around it. So they did a best test party, and the kids were involved. I know that Taskmaster here in the UK is popular with children, but we have a bleeped version, we have a family-friendly version that's for families to watch, where all the swearing or the rudity is like bleeped out or cut out. But I know that in Sweden, Denmark, Norway, although they don't have a family-friendly bleep version, I know Taskmaster Australia and Taskmaster New Zealand would work really well for junior versions. But again, none of these countries have the bleeped version of Taskmaster. So whether or not there's enough popularity in a children's sector for that, that's a different matter altogether. But in the UK, because we've got our bleeped version, I know that this will be very successful. So, to wind down this video, I think that Taskmaster will be successful. Junior Taskmaster will be successful in the UK with this new series. When will it air? Only time will tell. I know that it's going to air this year because they filmed it throughout of last year. I do know that it will air this year because I think they announced it slightly earlier than... I think they announced it like towards the beginning of the year, and applications closed not that long throughout the year, and I think they have filmed it. So I've got a good feeling it will be out this year. Will it be successful? I hope, fingers crossed. Thank you guys for watching. It's not a normal world, it's Taskmaster world. Remember, keep tasking. Bye!
Hello everyone, please subscribe to Taskmaster World.